Hi guys, thanks for tuning in this video I've got a quick unboxing of GPS, and it's the Garmin eTrex 30. What I'm going to do in this video is going to be two parts. I'm going to do a quick look at it, some of the functions, and then what I'll do after that is I'll do another part where I'm out in the field and we'll use some of the features like waypoints and things like that, and we'll find some tracks and we'll just move around, just see how the options go, compasses, things like that. Okay, so it's the eTrex 30X, and I got this from it was Amazon. Yeah, about 180 odd pounds. It comes with these Topo Western European maps, but you can put your other ones on. I think there's websites where you can download your own maps and things. Okay, so what's in the box? I've took everything out of the box. So on the back there's some nice little pictures just showing you some of the screenshots, yeah, like a compass. Bear in mind some of these little boxes you can actually change around, so you can put in like a battery monitor in that one and just change them around, which is a nice feature. Altitude, so you can check on your different altitudes where you've been on your trip, and you've got just a normal page of information, which could be like a monument or something like that. And then this one uses the GLONASS system, so using the Russian satellites and the Western satellites. Water rating's IPX7, and let's have a look. It's good for geocache. It's just a normal GPS. It does have bird's eye maps, but you've got to pay for them. I think you get so many free, but that'll tell you on the website. But you can also put your own maps on as well. Not much on the side. Just a bit of information telling you that it's 2.2 inch screen and it's a TFT colour screen. One thing it does do is it eats the battery power if you have the screen right up, so if you can try to get the battery level a bit lower. It's pretty good in strong sunlight. It's got one of those anti-reflective coatings on. So that's it really for the box. Nothing much more to say about that. It comes with a standard mini USB cable. Yeah. So you can do all your data, so you can plug that into the computer and do your updates and do your waypoints and use the online software. So that's that. The instructional part of it, you've got a little quick start manual, and it's only 8 pages, 9 pages, 12 pages in a course. So in English you get extra 12 pages, just the basic stuff, battery compartments, how to turn it on, how to turn it off. Satellite, tell you a little bit about the satellites and finding waypoints. Yeah, so it's not bad, but it's not too in depth. Then you've just got this disclaimer, and then you've got a leaflet just showing you the different types of maps that you can buy for this or put on. Personally, I'll just put my own maps on, and there's different videos showing you that, and there's just the end license agreement. So that's it, what's in the box. So I'm just going to shift that out the road, and we'll have a look at this GPS. So that's the size of it, nice and small, goes in the hand really nice. I've got mine attached to a lanyard, so on my backpack, if I drop it, it's going to be attached to my backpack, and it just has one of those clips on. I put that on myself. It doesn't come with a lanyard, so I would advise you to do that. So it's fully waterproof. It comes with a screen protector, which I've taken off. Just be careful you don't scratch it on anything, because it is plastic. In the centre we've got a thumb wheel to go up, down, left and right, so that's your navigating button. On this side, got a back button and a light button, so obviously it turns that on, and you can use that to go up, increase the light, decrease the light. So that's the light button. It's also the on and off button as well, if you can see there. Yeah. On the left hand side you've got a menu button, 3 buttons, 1, 2, 3. Menu button to scroll through different options, and then you've got arrow keys up and down. Nothing really on the top apart from this cover, which you can see, just get your nail in, and that's for your USB. when you close it, make sure you push it to clip it back in, because it's a snug fit. And if you don't, you're going to get water into the unit if it's raining or moisture, things like that. On the back, you've got the battery compartment. Just twist it. Can I say that? And then just comes off. It actually hooks onto the bottom first, like up, and then that way. There's a little bit of rubber which just keeps it separated. Really tight fit, these ones, which is a good thing. What I've done is I've just put a red Sharpie marker, because sometimes you can't really see, like on, especially in like strong sunlight. So when you're putting batteries in, it's just nice to just drop it in. Yeah. And underneath you've got an SD card, which I've got a 32 gig card in. Open it, slide the little clip this way, close it that way, and that's it really. So put your batteries back in again, just drop them in. Where about batteries, you can, in the options, there should be an option where you can change to like NiCads, lithium ion and all that type of stuff. So tell it what batteries you're using, you'll get a bit better usage out of it. Okay, so let's turn this thing on. I really like it. It's quite chunky, but it sits in the hand really nice. I haven't got the specs of the weight on there, but I mean, who cares? I mean, it's a GPS. I mean, it weighs probably like 100 grams or something with the batteries. So I'm going to turn it on by pushing this button, and you should see the screen. One click. There you go. You can see a little bit of the screen there. Takes a few seconds to start up. And then what we'll do is we'll just go through a few options. There you go, so there's the main screen. Now to turn the light, the brightness up, push that button again. And then you can go all the way up. And as you can see, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And then it goes off again and then back up again in a big circle. So I'll leave it to about that one. You've got your GPS now, which is low, because obviously we're indoors and it's going to take a few moments to find them. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go through the options of this GPS, this eTrex. You've got your map on the left there. You just select it by sliding across, up and down, left to right. Push it in to select. We'll come back to the map. We've got where to, you select that. And then you've got recent finds. If you want a waypoint, if you can make a one. You've got tracks, so you can now look at your tracks and select tracks. Coordinates, so can you see that okay? It's a bit clear. Select the coordinates, and then you can put in, obviously you can have minutes to, degrees, minutes and seconds, or degrees. This one's just degrees. The reason why I've got this in just degrees is because my GPS coordinates are set up like that, so I just copy the same one in if I ever lose a quad or anything. And you can use these arrow keys to okay, let's go back to that. So I've actually clicked in there, which I didn't really want to, but then you got the compass, which one of the main reasons I bought this was because of the compass. It's got a electronic compass in, so as you can see it's got 13 meter accuracy, because I'm indoors, which isn't too bad considering I'm indoors. Outside it'd probably be about 3 meters, so just move that. Actually it's going down as we speak. If you notice on most GPSs without this electronic compass, you have to keep walking forward or move motion to actually, so the GPS can find out what you're doing. Where this one you should have to turn it and it should find its way back to there. There's south to there, and so on. Yeah. And then back to there, which is quite nice. It's best that way rather than pointing straight up, but you can see it works. You've got a battery. I mean, these things here, these little boxes, you actually move around, so you can put in. I've actually put the battery one there because it's quite important. And you've got, obviously, I've got distance to the next waypoint. So we'll come out of that, let's go back. One thing about the compass, you can actually sight it, so you can look down at a point and then just click the button and it'll give you a point straight to that. Sight and go it's called. Because I was thinking about putting a little gluing a tiny little dot on there, a little blob of plastic, a little blob on there, so you can get it a bit more accurate. And then just click the button and then it'll go straight to that waypoint, straight to that point. So you've got your marker waypoint, which you just click it, and as you're walking and you just click it. You don't want to be. What I do is follow wherever you're going, and if there's a point where, like at a bridge or somewhere, just click it. I don't even bother writing anything in. It just goes from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, and then when you look on the map later on, you can see there's a bridge. Then you can put the text in, or you can put your text in there. It's up to you. Okay, you got your setup, which we'll go into. I tell you what, we'll go back and we'll come back to that. Trip counter, it shows you stuff like this. You can customize all these. Then you got your setup for everything. So you set up your screen, all your settings, geocaches. Click on that and it says go to there, so you put your own in. I don't bother, but elevation plot, so it'll show you the highest points where you're going over your time and distance. Again, it's configurable, you can move things around. Waypoint manager, so any waypoints you've got in there, you can go in and look at them and alter them, edit them. Photo viewer, never use this, but I think it's for, say you're at a landmark and you want to take a photograph and send a photograph to this via the phone. I think that's how it works, but I'm not really sure. Anybody's got the answer to that, just pop a note in the bottom of the video and then that'll help other people out. So below that we've got profile change, so you can change that from recreational to marine to a car. So you can use it as a car GPS if you want. Route planner, track manager, so you can check all your multiple tracks you've got. Active routes, what you're doing now. There's a wireless share, so you can share things, especially GPSs and waypoints. Calendar, which is quite handy I suppose. I've got one waypoint marked there. Sun and moon, so you can check on all them. Area calculation is for if you wanted to work out an area of a field, something, or handy for somebody who's in the building trade or a farmer or something like that. Okay, next one's calculator. Yeah, functional calculator, which is handy. Hunting and fishing, which is just gives you the times and days and good times, bad times, and don't really use it. I wouldn't use that. Alarm clock and stopwatch, handy. I will use that, especially when I'm doing quad flights. I can use, and I forget, say my phone's packed away, I forget to use that. Normally I would just use my phone to do that, but this is handy as well. Okay, go back. Alarm clock, yeah, maybe useful to somebody. Sight and go, which we talked about earlier on, where you can sight in the direction you're pointing it and it'll just take you there. Man overboard, don't really need that. If someone falls overboard, I think you can record I don't see how you do it, because you'd have to be there at the same time and go click. But if the boat's going really fast and it's a big ship and it takes a long time to turn around, I suppose it'd be handy, because some of these ships take a couple of miles to turn around. You can hit that just like a waypoint, really. I think that's what I think, but I'm not going to use that. Proximity alarms, so you can set up your alarms for create alarm as you get to a waypoint, so it starts beeping, so you don't even need to have the GPS visible. You can put it in your pocket or put it on your belt and that'll start beeping as you get to that waypoint, if you think you know where you're going. Waypoint averaging, and then you've got satellites. Have a look at them. As you can see, so you can see the different types of satellites there. Just put my there. They're just my coordinates, that's all. So you can see you've got the GLONASS, the GPS plus the GLONASS ones. Actually is 16 meters, but that's because we're indoors. Right, you can see that probably. And you can change them. I've got mine all different colours. Doesn't matter, but it's handy to check. Back. And then you've got adventure trails. There's software on your computer you can use from Garmin. Basecamp, I think it's called. And you can do your stuff on the PC or the computer, then send it over to this. And I don't even know what that's for. VRB remote, don't know, never use it. And then back to maps. So the map, just give us a second to see what maps are on. I'm going to zoom out a bit. I'll move somewhere, so there's the maps. Just don't want you to see my location, that's all. Okay, so if we move over to there, you can see how responsive it is. If I zoom into, so that's zoom out, zoom in. And let's just go somewhere here. Can you see that? Now we're at 8 kilometers is about the 8 kilometer mark there. So that's 8 kilometers. Or kilometers. Let me zoom in a bit. You can change all the zoom settings, by the way. So if I go to one of them peaks, like that one, it should pop up with what it is. Yeah, how high? 543 meters high, and the distance from where I'm at. Let's just zoom in a bit more. Okay. So now we're at 2 kilometers. Is that a little bit there? It's quite detailed, the map. As you get closer, there's all your contour lines. You can see. Okay, zoom in a bit more. So now we're at 300 meters. Is that 200 meters? And if you wanted more detail, you can get the bird's eye ones. Okay, so we're going to zoom out again. It's ideal for I mean, it's a perfect GPS for I wanted. Does me. I mainly wanted one for if I lose a quad, and I don't want to rely on a mobile phone. I want something a bit more reliable, because sometimes so that's zoomed right. I'm in the UK, as you can see, and if you got the world Topo maps, but if I just go to Scotland or somewhere, or the lakes, just go check out the lakes. The Lake District's about there. Let me just zoom in a bit. See how long it takes. It's not the fastest processor, but it seems to work okay. It's only detailed enough for what I think, for what I need anyway. So there's all your main peaks. This is a lot more mountainous area, as you can see by some of the contour lines there. There's the one up 300 meters. Yeah, and that one is. So it's quite handy to zoom around. It's usable. It's not the quickest, but certainly usable. 340 meters there, that one. Yeah, so, and then if you do click the menu, it'll give you the option to measure distance, set up the map and things like that. So what we're going to do is go back out, and pretty much that's about it. If we go back to the setup we were going to talk about before we end this video, you've got system, so you can go into the system and you can see I've got that selected, or you can have just GPS only without the GLONASS ones. You can have different ambience, type of batteries. I've got alkaline, but you can put in lithium, rechargeable. I've just got that one. My storage is going to be USB, which is on board. Click the back button. Then you've got display. So I've got the backlight, goes off after 15 seconds. Battery save on, colour. You can change all this different types of things. You can change your map, the tones, your tracks. You can reset it to get to factory units. Yeah, this is where you change everything what you might want to change. Page sequence is where you alter, so you might think, I want the unit on the main page, so you could do that. Time positioning, so if you want to change your heading, you can have the directional letters, true north or magnetic north or whatever you want to do. Calibrate the compass. So altimeter, and that's about really it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here, and this is for the eTrex 30X, which is a nice little unit. Oh yeah, it comes with bracket. I mean, it didn't come with any, but you can buy clamps to go onto your bike, pedal bike, or your car, or a belt. What I've done, which I haven't got with me, but I'll show you in the next video, is I just 3D printed some out, and it just goes onto my rucksack. So I'll show you that in the next video, guys. So that's the end of this video. If you've got any questions, leave in the comments below. And the next video is going to be out in the field, and I'll go from point A to point B, and we'll try and find something I've buried or something like that. We'll just try to find somewhere I'll put on the map. We'll just see how it goes and see how accurate it is. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and for the subscribers who've already subscribed, just thank you guys. I really appreciate it.